Welcome back. This is Juliana, Caitlin, and Dan, and today we're going to be teaching you about properties of logs, expanding and condensing, along with changing of bases.
Let's begin by expanding logs. First, let's take a look at these different properties. These will be crucial in the expansion of logs. Pause the video now if you need to review these. So in this first practice problem, you will start expanding by the product property. You are going to keep all separate terms to the same log base of 13. Start with the 6 and separate it using the product property. Next, you are going to use the power property and move the exponents to the front. And that will give you your final answer. So for the next problem, you are going to use the quotient property rather than the product property. Start by subtracting your denominator from the numerator. Then you are going to get rid of the square root by turning it into a power. So finally move the power to the front using the power property, and you'll end up with this, and that's going to be your final answer.
Now that we have expanded logs, it's time to condense them. It is the opposite process of expanding logs. Let's do some practice problems. First, using the power property, you know that the leading coefficients become the exponents. Then, it should first look like this, but then, because it is a subtraction problem, you have to divide the first log by the second, and that should look something like this. And this would normally be able to be used as an answer, except you shouldn't have a square root in the denominator. So to get rid of the square root, you would multiply both sides by 6 minus x. And then your final answer should look something like this.
Now let's learn about changing bases. A log is set up as log base b of x. The change of base formula uses the standard log base 10, which is simply written as log. Using the given log, we can estimate the value using the change of base formula. The formula is log x divided by log b. Let's try a practice problem. The problem is log base 3 of 10, which can be rewritten as log 10 divided by log 3. Using the log button on your calculator, you can calculate this value. Make sure to close your parentheses when doing so. If you have done this correctly, you should get about 2.096. Another way to solve these is to use the natural log or ln button on your calculator rather than the log button. The change of base formula is now natural log of x divided by natural log of b. Let's try a problem using the natural log. Now the problem reads log base 12 of 145. Using the natural log, rewrite this as natural log of 145 divided by natural log of 12. If you have done this correctly, your answer should be about 2.003. It is important to note that this formula can be altered as long as the base of the log used in the numerator and the denominator are exactly the same. On the new operating system, you can change the base of your log to whatever you desire to complete the problem, but it is recommended and preferred to use log base 10 or the natural log to calculate a value. So, thanks for watching. This was Caitlin, Juliana, and Dan. See you again next time.